Everybody I see a struggle. So how long we gonna sit aside as a people while these blood suckers keep on sucking our blood, Rasta? Well, how long you gonna keep
Bless up, bless up, bless up, Roots Reggae Hub Massive. This is Shayna McCullough. We're live to air on the Roots Reggae Hub and on Instagram as well. Come and join us on Instagram if you're listening on the radio. Wherever you are in the world, bless up yourself. Let me know where you are. Let me know where you're tuned in from. Tonight, I have a special interview. Yes, I do. Bless up, New Funk. Jay in the house. Goddess, what's up? Bless up yourself.
instruments of war? But all the money.
I'm interviewing tonight Red Tafia. Big interview tonight, guys. I believe he's joining me from Jamaica. That's right. This is a brand new track. We don't want no badness in the world, guys. No, love. Love and peace. I'm going to send the king an invite now. And I'm going to be live taking your questions tonight. I'll be live from Instagram as well as broadcasting around the world. 228 countries. You know how it goes here on the Roots Reggae Hub. Bless up everybody tuned in on the radio. We're live here. It's Melody Mondays. I'm going to send some invites out for people to join us as well as the man of the night, Red Tafia. He will be joining us tonight. We are going to be reasoning on life and liberty and so much more. We're going to get deep down and figure out what makes the king who he is, what inspires him, what inspires his music. That's what we do here every single week on Melody Mondays at 8 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining me every single week. The love is felt, and I try to respond to everybody's messages, all your DMs, all your feedback is appreciated. All right, I'm just sending a couple of these invites out now. Hi. All right, Red Tafia, he's here. All right, so I'm going to send him an invite right now. Bless up everybody coming in on the chat. Twitter, I see you guys too, but come over and join us on Instagram. It's a lot easier to interact with the audience here on Instagram than it is for me to look back and forth at the Twitter listeners. So join us over here on rootsreggaehub.com, on Instagram at rootsreggaehub. I just sent you an invite here, Red Tafia. Hope you got it. Let me try to send it again. There we go. Looks like it went through now. As people rolling in, let me know how you're feeling. We're going to be asking some deep questions tonight, talking about the state of the world and his music. The music is big, big tunes, guys. Track after track, we're going to talk about the EP, Red Tafia, The Unpredictable. Go ahead and join in, Red Tafia, if you can hear me. I sent you an invite. It says you're unable to join, so make sure you have some good Wi-Fi going on where you are in Jamaica and you're connected. The invite should pop up at the bottom of your screen. All right, you can hear me. Good. Let me know if you see the invite popping up at the bottom of your screen so we can start our reasoning. Share this live. Everybody who's tuned in, share the live with your friends and your family. It should go through to get you joined in. You just click accept invite at the bottom of your screen. It should pop up for you. Bless up, Steve, coming in, joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Hi.
Greetings,
All right, you
greetings.
figured it out. All right, I'm happy you figured it out. How's everything going for you tonight?
Good so far. Good so far.
Good so far. Okay. Are you settled in? Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I'm sitting
perfect.
down and trying
All right, I can see you. Perfect. We're going to talk about your music tonight. I'm excited because it's a whole vibe, and you have this energy, and you have a beautiful smile, and you know you have a lot
Thank you very
you have a
much.
lot to give, and I've been loving the
True,
vibe so far. So I'm happy to get to know
true,
you tonight.
true, true, true. It's my pleasure, indeed.
Tell everybody who Red Tafia is in your own words. Maybe they haven't heard of your music before. Maybe they're a fan, but in your own words, express who you are to the world.
Red Tafaya. Red Tafaya.
Red
Yeah,
Tafia.
Tafaya. Yes. Red Tafaya, I would consider myself to be a humble warrior, a lover of righteousness. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, Trenchtown to be exact. You know, like I said, just a humble warrior.
Right, humble warrior.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And tell me about, I like to start at the roots and foundation of an artist. I love
Uh-huh.
to, start, I guess, at the root of your tree. Tell me about your family life growing up, your childhood. How was that?
Well, like I said, I was born in Kingston. My mother, her name is Miss Vin. Everybody call her Auntie Vin. And my father, Mr. G, Mr. Gordon, standing, Mr. G stands for Mr. Gordon. Yeah, I was raised from a loving household, in the heart of the ghetto, Trenchtown, but despite the hardship and the environment, I was raised right. I consider myself raised right. And I grew up experiencing a lot of violence, you know. I'm not actually living in Trenchtown right now, and we moved from Trenchtown because of the violence, and a lot of political BS, growing up. So it merged and molded my character and my demeanor into what I am today.
So would you say you grew up kind of, your environment affected who you became?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, basically,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. It usually does. It usually has a big impact on how you see the world and people and how you maneuver in it. Tell me about your
Hmm.
musical mission. What do you want to do with your music? How do you want to move people?
Well, just to continue to spread the love and righteousness across the earth, across the globe, to each and everyone. I think it's a necessary thing to do. you know, with so much being exposed now in this time and era, social media, right at your feet right there. And, with so much being exposed, so much negativity out there in the world right now, I think it is deemed for us to continue the part that my previous brothers and sisters have been doing, try to spread the righteousness, the consciousness across the globe through the platform of reggae, of course, reggae music.
I feel like that was the meaning of reggae, and it's somehow changed and evolved, but at the root and the core of reggae music, I feel like it's to raise consciousness in masses and spread love across the world, and that's why you
Indeed.
see it's such a global phenomenon. Reggae music, you see it's loved in all across the world. So that, and
True.
reggae
True.
festivals
Indeed.
everywhere, and so it shows that there's a lot in the messages in the music. It's touching people, as your
Mm-hmm.
music does
Mm-hmm.
too. So I want
Big
to
time.
talk about your EP, Unpredictable.
Unpredictable. Yes.
Yes, the unpredictable, Rastafia, the
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Well,
that EP.
yes,
What
that
inspired
EP,
it?
or what inspired that EP was how could I put it now? Well, the songs are basically picked and chosen by management, you know,
Mm-hmm.
major banks, John I Records, of course,
Yes,
you
big up.
know. Yeah, big up, enough respect anyway, I'm there. But yeah, he actually went through a few of the songs that we had that we was working on at the time, and he was the one who decided that we was going to work with these tracks. I wrote them and all, but he was like, "Yo, these are the one we're going to work with," and I was okay with it. It seems feasible to do.
Yeah, I love all the tracks on the EP. everyone
Thank you.
tells a story and has
Thank
its
you.
own
Yes, you do.
vibe. So I feel like he really guided you in the right direction. And management is very important to every artist, as well as
True.
PR. Every
Indeed.
artist needs a team, I like to say.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
Tell me about the
Totally agree.
song Bruck Life. I think there's
Brock
a
Live.
message to that as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
How did
All
you
of them
come
in
up with
top.
the concept,
Uh,
the lyrics?
but based upon observation in life experience, you know, in most cases you have relationships and you have relationship going good, and you have relationship that goes sour. Separation comes, and in a lot of cases, it's merely because of more than one reasons, I would
Yeah.
say. But for Brook Life, though, the real reasons for that is because, based upon observation, in a lot of relationships, still, you'll find that if the man is not providing or is not able to do, make ends meet, make that wheel turn, so to speak, they'll have it to say, okay, the woman going to jump ship and find somebody that can. But in a lot of cases, it's not necessarily so, though. You'll have a man and a woman in a relationship, and through the period of time within that relationship, you'll find out that the man is not bringing anything to the table, not trying to make any change, trying to
Mhm.
make progress. You don't want to get up 1 year, 2 year, 3 year going on, and it's the same thing. We're not making any progress. So, in some cases, sometimes the female, will feel as if, hey, I gotta make a change. I gotta do something about this, because it's, if I continue on this path, I just might be going down with you.
Yeah.
So I just kind of came up with the idea, say, you know what, I've never heard it
Yeah.
on, I never heard it like this before. Someone speaking on the woman point of view of saying, hey, I didn't jump ship because I saw greener grass, or so to speak. I jumped ship because I realized the ship was going down.
Yeah.
And,
To save
so
herself, I guess.
rock life is more to uplift all them good women, them independent women out there, that willing to go hard to make things work. And when I say independent, not necessarily mean independent to say I'm an independent woman, I don't need you, man, or nah.
Not that
Independent to
independent.
say, yeah, to say, hey, I'm willing to work. We all need a good man and a good woman by our side. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, I got a good woman by my side, and I see how that works. You know what I mean? So, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure, yeah.
I love
So,
that
represent for the
perspective.
woman. Yes, yeah, that
Big
one
up
is
all the
definitely for the
empresses,
woman.
that had to make a move in
Yeah,
that
all of the strong,
context.
motivated women out there in that context. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
definitely.
I want to play a little snippet of the song Brook Life. I can't play up the song in full on Instagram,
Yes,
just
yes,
because
that I
of
know.
the rules, but I'm going to be playing the full
Yes,
EP after our interview, after our reasoning tonight. For the radio listeners tuned in, if you're listening on Instagram, you have to go on to rootsreggaehub.com, tune in app, Google,
yeah,
Alexa, many
true.
platforms that you can stream our station to listen to the full EP, the songs. I can only play about 30 seconds right now on Instagram, but I want to give a little taste of the song Brook Life. This is Red Tafia. Brook Life on rootsreggaehub.com.
We want a better life. Yeah, we want a better life. She said, say she can't bother with it. She tell the body all them things and everything. Sometimes she feel like giving. And a woman and never go up for it. Say she gonna do some champagne popping, some island in the smoke, Caribbean time. But she tired of the good life. She cannot do it, but it's a broke life. So she tell him he better find himself a new wife. But she
That's
tired of
Brook
the broke
Life,
life.
Red Tafia. All right. I love the track. Big up all the empresses out there that are making moves, being entrepreneurs, starting their own businesses,
True.
not necessarily
Yeah.
having to rely on any man, but still need men still, there's always the yin and the
Of
yang,
course.
and there's
Of
always balance
course.
in life.
Of
So
course. Of
yeah, big
course.
up all the couples out there. I want to talk a
Definitely.
little bit more about relationships. What would you say?
Mhm.
Some people say modern day relationships are more transactional or superficial, and maybe that's why the divorce rate is high and people broke up so
So
easy.
high.
But
True.
what would you say is like
True.
the most problematic thing, and what would you say is a solution to that problem? I guess people broken up for reasons that are more
Yeah.
materialistic.
Yes. Yes. I would say it falls between being materialistic and not knowing what true love is. You know, I mean, most of us we tend to run into relationship. We don't try to get to know, each other first. Because I don't want to be judgmental. You know what I mean? Because we all need things. We need a car, we need a house, but yet still, our perception and how we see ourselves in going towards these things, sometimes it's kind of mind blowing. You know, I mean, yes, I would say material do play a role into modern day relationship. I mean, your status got to be up. If you ain't got a nice car, you ain't got something, and you ain't got something for her to talk about. It's like, no, no,
So
and
would you say you believe in true love? Like, you think true love still exists based on that?
of course, of
Yeah.
course,
Okay.
of course, of course, I believe in true love. Yeah, and I know you do too. I could tell
Yeah,
by your smile.
I do, but I wonder how much people still
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
well, it might be just a minority, but I'm pretty sure true love still exists,
Yeah.
you know, and most of them and those that even see love in a materialistic way, eventually they'll learn the authentic way.
Mm.
Eventually, at some point, I think not all of them, but some of them eventually come learn, say, hey, I true love are the real way because after all of this bling and all of that, you know what I mean? It's like, the left without true love is like it's still empty. I mean, how many people was born privileged but yet still never experienced true love before? Have
Yeah.
all of that material and all of that bling but never experienced true love before. True love is going out of your way, making sacrifice for each other.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. I
Each
love
other,
that.
just being there for each other.
Hmm.
It's not a one-way thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I hope that explained that.
Big up to everybody who still believes in true love. I
Yes,
am one of
indeed.
them. I hope I'm not a sucker. But I do believe in true love, and yeah, bless up all the ladies and the men out there, the kings out there that also do believe in it and want it and give it and receive
True,
it.
true,
Yes.
true, true.
Tell me about your track, Girl Like You. It's a beautiful music video as well that you have on your
Hmm.
YouTube page. I encourage
Hmm.
everybody to go check out the video on YouTube. Tell me about the
Yeah.
concept for that song. Maybe it's a special lady in your life that inspired that beautiful song.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're actually right. That song was actually inspired by my children's mother.
Oh.
You know, I've been with her ever since. And it's just like what the song said. True love. Who say true love doesn't last forever?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm here to tell them that it does. It
Living
can
proof.
last forever because relationship is all about overstanding. Some would say understanding. But relationship is merely about overstanding, good communication,
Mm.
and being fair. Putting away all ego. Being real to each other, and that is not that is not a common thing now. It's not really common. So if you're looking for real and he's looking for real, and luckily you might bump into each other, and that's what you're searching for, eventually, yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's a perfect thing, you know what I mean, but it, you learn from each ups and down, each bumps,
Yes.
each laugh, each cry. You know, it's all about a journey. I mean, love doesn't come overnight. You can't just meet someone and say, hey, this is it. But you know, I
Yes.
really believe that true love exists. I
Mm.
really believe that true love, like we
Because
said
you have
earlier.
it in your life,
But
so you're experiencing it
yes,
firsthand,
I'm
and
experiencing.
all the lovers
Yes,
out there, I believe it too. So, yes, find your
yes,
love. Find your love if you haven't found it already. Tell me
yes.
about the song Difficult. It talks
Difficult,
about difficult subjects in the song. Tell me about the lyrics and the concept for the song.
difficult. Well, difficult is merely everyday life here in Jamaica, and I'm pretty sure where you at too, and across the world. You know, we as poor people, we face a lot of difficult challenges, you know, here, there, and everywhere. So, you know, here in Jamaica, let me speak for where I'm at. You know, systematically, it's difficult. It's difficult here in Jamaica to survive. I mean, it's easy to see. We have a very treacherous government, you know, very treacherous government, and makes it hard for the citizen of my beautiful country, Jamaica, to survive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the minimum wage sucks. The minimum wage, and they know this. You know, so after observing, you know, cause that my music merely comes from observation, you know, daily life, you know, what surrounds me. But after observing, you know, I realized that, yeah, it doesn't matter what party is in, whether it's the JLP or the PNP, it's just a plan to make life difficult, being able to make their system work, you know, to suppress poor people, keep us down. So therefore, you know, it makes their schemes work and all. So yeah, difficult merely came from observing the hardship and the suffering
Yeah.
that we as a people go through daily here in Jamaica. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure across the world as well, you know.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
systematic issues, well, not just in Jamaica, but globally right now. We've seen what has gone
Globally.
on in the last two
Exactly.
years. And I think people are starting to wake up to see, the oppression that's existed
True, true.
for, we as Black people know it's existed for a long time, but now
True,
it's
true.
like everybody's waking up to see, and I laugh, but it's
True.
not even funny, the
Which is
true
good.
oppression.
Which is a good thing. Which
Hmm.
is a good thing. Hmm.
Yes. I'm going to play a little snippet of Difficult for everybody here.
Yeah.
Big track. So, everybody, this is Difficult. Taking the lyrics of the song on rootsreggaehub.com. I'm Shayna McCullough. Keep it locked here.
Now all in all, you see them a go on. They don't care about but I intentionally living peace, but it was yet a government. Yeah, man. There ain't nothing but some bloodsuckers. Because so the people, them feel like the people, wonder why them only pressure poor. Right when they because the system is so terrible and dreadful. You make life so difficult. You feel like evil. Go Babylon, you only pressure poor people. Right now we sick and tired and we comfortable because the system is so terrible and dreadful.
Remember, guys, you got to keep it locked here. After our reasoning, I will play out the full EP. You guys got to take in track to track, back to back, big tunes. And yeah, we're gonna talk about another track, more songs. But I want to ask you, when people say, "Bun Babylon," what does that truly mean? Like how do we go about doing that? Are there multiple ways to do
Born
that?
Babylon. Well, it's not necessarily a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. It's burning the negativity and the concept of the systematical regime that they, you know, enforce on us. You know, all of the injustice, you know, all of the evidently so clear to see wrong that they keep on enforcing on us every day. So they give us reason to say, so when we say burn Babylon, it's like just burning the system.
Mm.
It's not physically going out there and lighting the place on fire now.
No.
It's yeah, it's verbally letting them know that hey, you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people sometimes. So guess what? Fire for your system, fire for your
Yes.
injustice. You know what I mean? And ain't
Yes.
all of us going to bow down to all of this bull that's going on worldwide. You know what I mean? Yeah, we
Yes.
are
It's a
warriors out there
spiritual
that's ready
war.
to. Yeah, and it's a spiritual warfare because sometimes people, kind of get it twisted. I think, when you hear about it's Armageddon time and it's time for a revolution and all of that. Yeah, it's not just a physical revolution because the reality is, I mean, we ain't got what it takes to physically go up against these elites. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's a spiritual revolution. We got to get our mind straight. You know what I mean? As a nation of people and as a set of people, human being, period. We got to get our minds straight because, like I said earlier, it's evidently the world is going, crisscross.
Yes.
People not thinking straight, people not living straight, people not acting straight. So, yeah. So,
Yes.
born Babylon, man, and a
One
Babylon class,
Babylon.
all of that.
Yes. Let's talk about destiny. I always ask this question to certain artists, and you're deep, very deep, Ross. I want to ask you: do you believe our destiny is already planned for us, or do you think that we have some control or limited amount or full control over our destiny?
Based upon my experience, I would say yes in both ways. I would say yes in both ways. You know what I mean? Because let me say it like this. Before we came here in the flesh, it was already planned out
Mm,
who our parents gonna be and all of that,
mm,
right? So I would say yes. But can we control our destiny as well? Yes, I think we have something to do with it as well.
mm,
I mean, daily as you live, and based upon your previous observation in life the day before, and you observe if I was to go up that road, it's gonna take this out of me, so it's best if I go down that road and around. So yes, based upon experience in our life, I think we can tap in and
mm.
dictate how our destiny can be and how it ought to be. Yes, I think it's entirely up to us in our sense, we help steer our destiny. We
I
have
love I
choices
love what
within.
Steve said in the comment in indivisible duality. That's pretty deep.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, indeed,
Talk to me about your creative process. Do you typically get the rhythm first and then you think about the lyrics to put to the rhythm, or does the lyrics come to you like divine inspiration and then you have to get a rhythm to fit
yeah.
the lyrics? Or does
Again,
it
it's
work both
both
ways?
ways.
Both ways?
Again, it's both ways.
Yeah.
It's both ways. Most of my lyrics do come. See, let me say this. I did not get up and say, "Oh, I want to do music. I'm gonna go try to write."
Hmm.
I actually got up and realized that I can do this. You know, but that wasn't that wasn't till after my first experience at a live concert with my cousin,
Yeah, Super
right?
Cat, right?
Yeah, Super
Yeah.
Cat. And I was actually there as a youngster watching him perform, and
Wow.
and it was very mesmerizing how he had the crowd, how he had everybody, jumping and wilding up, and it was really a good feeling, I have to say. But after that love for the music and that interest for the music and that okay, I want to do this, it started coming to me natural.
Mm,
I never found myself with no book and paper. I don't really use book and paper. Give thanks for smartphone now. You could,
yes.
easily record a quick line or two in case you get inspired by something. But most of my inspiration really comes from life itself, nature. I get up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and this song just come to me. Pop. Sometimes it's just one line, and I create from that one line, you
Mm,
know. And sometimes it's a whole verse, it's a whole song.
yeah.
And like I said, it works the other way too. You send me a rhythm, I let the rhythm talk to me.
Mm,
I listen to the rhythm and I try to go with what the rhythm is saying. And most of the times it works out in my favor that people be saying, hey, you wrote this song for this rhythm. Did they
oh,
build this track for this song? And I'm like, nah, I wrote the song for the rhythm. And they're like,
mm,
whoa. So yeah, give thanks for that privilege. I'm able to do so. So it merely works both ways, you
yes.
know.
It's creative. It's a creative gift that you have. And I love to hear. I love to talk about creative process. I'm a writer, and I
True,
write. Sometimes I am in the shower, and I just,
true,
because you're still, your mind is more still in the shower.
true.
At least mine is,
Yeah,
and I,
yeah.
something just comes to me,
It,
and
it,
then I
it,
have to
it
get out the
comes,
shower and write it down.
of course, it comes naturally, in the shower, in the kitchen, in the
Mm,
sleep. I
yes.
get it in the sleep too.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Wow.
one line, conscious sleep though, and not deep sleep, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. Tell me about your spiritual journey. I love to talk about spirituality because that's a huge thing for most people throughout their life. Tell me, something that you learned that completely changed your perspective on life and liberty along the way.
Okay. Earlier, I mentioned that consider myself raised right. Came from a good family,
Mhm.
you know, Christian background. But throughout my journey, I'm a man of principle, you know. Some would say I'm my father's son. He's a man of principle. But throughout my journey, what has changed my life into, gotten so deep into spiritualities, when I realized that it's up to me. Life is up to me.
Mm,
Life is up to every individual. Life doesn't really relies on what religion or what entity or God you praise or what church you go to. You know, it's all about you yourself as an individual. So when I found this out, that life was really up to me, my destiny is really up to me. I could help tap into that and make sure I steer myself right, you know. I realized that okay, this is who I chosen comfortably to be, to an individual who meditates a lot, you know.
mm,
A lot say pray, but I say meditate because I mean, who are we praying to, you know? So I meditate a lot, and I try to keep on that spiritual realms. I try to tap in more on my spirituality because I realize life is not all about the physical, you
yes.
know. The physical is just our clothes, the skin is our clothes, our journey within this physical realms, which is Earth, you know.
Hmm.
So I'm here in this big school, planet Earth, learning
Yes.
as I go through and trying my best daily to evolve, you know, trying my best daily to evolve. So yeah, I stay spiritual, sister.
I love
You know,
it.
I don't.
Meditation is so important and stilling your mind, and those are great tips for everybody on their personal journey wherever they are, you know
mhm,
wherever you are in your journey. Meditation is a huge benefit, as well as learning
mhm.
along the way. There's so much
Yes,
to learn. I
life
feel
is
like
a
I'm an
learning process.
eternal student. I want to learn something new every day.
Every day, every day. Life is a journey and it's a school.
Yes.
It's like a school. You don't pass a test, you got to do it back over.
Yes.
So it's our responsibility to make sure that we pass this early test. So we gotta stay on top of our game daily.
Mm.
It's not a game. To me, it's not a game. I take my life very serious. A
Yeah.
lot of people take life for granted, I think, based upon and again, this is why we burn Babylon. It's a
Mm.
systematical thing. I don't blame whosoever is caught up within the system. I'm not a judgmental person. I stopped judging a long time ago.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I just live. You know what I mean? And I learn from everyone. You feel me? But it's a systematical thing. The system places these distractions in our life for us to be distracted, for us to maintain being naive, maintain being arrogant, maintain
Mm-hmm.
being some egoistic set of beings, and just stay distracted so their agenda their
Yes. Can be
agenda could,
fulfilled. Yeah.
fulfill, and we continue being slaves. So, you know, I'm
Yeah.
not with that. I'm a spiritual warrior.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Break the chains
that's the
of
meaning of
mental slavery,
enterprise.
I like to say. And the
You know,
matrix. Break
yes,
the chains
indeed.
because, it seems like sometimes there's a lot of autopilot going on. And people get
Yes,
caught up in
yes,
this pattern that they have
yes,
been, in. And when
yeah,
you can break
yeah.
free from that pattern and begin to think for yourself, there's a power in it.
Indeed,
Yeah, and the
indeed,
power comes from
indeed,
within.
indeed. Well said.
Yes,
Well said,
bless.
sister.
Thank you
Well
for
said.
that. I'm gonna play a little bit of your track now. Um, it's gonna be How Long. And I want to also talk about Too Much Badness, your track with Chesdek. Yeah,
President,
Chesdek.
President.
Yes, that is a big song too. So I'm gonna be playing that as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you. We shall take it no more. If there's no justice in this world that we live in, will the people keep on crying out for peace? Every day, by day, by day, by day, justice and equality. World leaders keep on betting and tell us them nothing. So all the money that them spend and all them implements we control. So what's going on?
That's How Long. Red Tapia. Big tune, guys, from the EP, The Unpredictable. Yes, you don't know what to expect, but there's definitely a lot of words of wisdom tonight on the Roots Reggae Hub. Thank you,
True,
Ross.
true.
Tell me about being a soldier in the army. We guess we touched a little bit on that already, but tell me what you can
Yeah,
share.
being a soldier in the army is just a warrior defending truth and rights, righteousness, and never deceased in doing so. That's a true warrior in the army, defender of righteousness,
Yes,
equal rights and justice, and never cease in doing so.
equal rights and justice. I see some questions coming in. I see one on Twitter, which I will ask first. But I always ask my Twitter family to come join us on Instagram. It's so much easier to check the questions here. But I will take one from Twitter now. From Maria SV is asking you, Ross, how long have you been growing your locks? Your lock journey.
uh,
She wants to
yeah,
know.
I have to, about 20, 23 years now, 23, 24
Wow.
years. It's actually on the ground. I have to keep it in wrapped up.
Wow, I imagine that. It would be touching
Yeah,
the ground. That's
yeah. So it's
amazing.
about 23 years, 24 years. Yeah.
Dedication. Yes. All right. I'm going to take another question after I play the next track. Tell me about working with Chesdek and Too Much Badness. Tell me about the concept production as well.
Yes. big up Chesedek anywhere I'm there. Big up my brother. Yeah, Chesedek is actually like a big brother to me and a motivator. And yes, it was actually a pleasure. It was actually a pleasure. And that song is motivated based upon all the violence that is going on, here in Jamaica and across the globe, like we said earlier. And we got inspired because we're kind of sick and tired of it, literally. We're sick and tired of it. So we got inspired. Major came up with the track. He came up with the track, and we was vibes into it. And Chesedek came up with the hook, and I was like, yo, too much badness, hell yeah. And
Yes.
after he wrote his verse, I just jumped on it, and it was very easy, because like I said, it's what's going on out here, and we could have said much more, but it's just one song.
Mm. It's a big, big track. I'm going to play a little snippet of it now for you guys on the Roots Reggae Hub. If you're tuned in on the radio, I will be playing out the full tracks following our reasoning tonight for you guys to really take in track to track, back to back on
Mhm.
Melody Mondays here. But for everybody that's tuned in now on the Instagram, I will play you a little snippet of Too Much Badness. Pull up, pull up, pull up, listen.
All right, fire. We don't want no more. All right, all right, all right. Love in the community. In all the streets, in all the party where you are keep.
That's Too Much Badness. You guys have to keep it locked here on rootsreggaehouse.com. I promise I will play every track out in full so you can take in the full track. A big tune, guys, right there. Brand new track
Yeah,
from Red Tafia and Chesbeck. I love it. All right. Tell me, let's talk a little bit more about the track and the gun violence that's going on. I was on social media seeing the headlines coming out of Jamaica. One of the most violent weeks you guys had over there in Jamaica recently. A
yeah,
lot of,
sad.
a lot of,
Unfortunate.
yeah, very
It's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
And I'm
Yes,
coming to Jamaica. I'll be heading there soon.
sure.
And of course I'm Jamaican. My parents are Jamaican. I was born here in Toronto, but I'm Jamaican. Same way.
Of
Um,
course, of course.
I'm looking
Big up
forward
yourself.
to going to Jamaica and maybe seeing some family there as well very soon. Tell me, with the recent surge in the gun violence, a lot of artists are deciding they don't want to make gunman song anymore. They don't want to talk about war in their music. I notice a lot of people sort of taking that route now, which I think is great. What do you think? Do you agree with this decision? And what are some of the other possible solutions that you might think of for the high crime?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes, I do agree. I do agree, and it would be nice if we all would just come together and advocate against the violence that is plaguing our society and our country. Yes, I would have to agree. And in what we could do about, make trying to start making this better, we have to start practicing love again, man. And
Hmm.
we have to start practicing love from in the homes, in the households. We got to start watching how we treating our children. What are we, we got to watch our actions around them. It's not only what we tell them what to do. We got to make sure we're doing the right thing too. You know what I mean? To make sure that they're learning as a living example and not just what you're telling them. But we have to start practicing love again in the household. practicing love out there. Start playing games again. We're losing that true essence, that family love, that community love. Everybody's just on that ego trip, that you know, going after the bling bling and violence and trying to prove on each other. So to try to put a damper on that, I think we as a people, as a nation, we need to start practicing love again, that true, authentic love and that respect, and start respecting the value of principle and these things.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I would love to see that, and I love the artist's decision to, create more songs talking about love and unity and community, and and try
Hmm.
to not do those songs that are promoting bad man things and things that are causing
Yeah,
this type of high crime in Jamaica. Like Jamaica is so beautiful, and I just want
indeed
to,
it is.
yeah,
Indeed it is. And I'm ready to campaign against all of that negativity and the violence. We're
yes.
here.
And your music
Yeah,
is
good,
doing
good.
that. The message is in your music.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ross. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell me about something that most people don't know about you or would never in a million years guess about you.
Oh,
I mean, we learned a lot about you already, but something people
oh
wouldn't
man.
guess.
All right. Probably one thing I could say for an individual, for me to do music, and I'm a lover of music. Uh, a lot of genres, a lot of genres. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm a lover of music, but for me to love music so much, I don't go out. I
Mm.
really don't go out. I
Wow.
don't party.
So you're a homebody. You
And
like to stay in, and
yeah,
what do you do
I
for
am.
fun typically? Like, what relaxes you? What do you enjoy?
I really like good reasoning.
Mm.
I like being around collective people, men and women, and like I said, I take my life very serious.
Mm.
So I don't, I wouldn't want to see myself wasting time just sitting around doing senseless stuff. And I don't gossip, and I don't entertain people that gossip about people, because I'm gonna tell you straight, the time you spend there talking about him or her, you know what I mean, you could be doing something progressive.
Yeah, you could be
I want to
working on
evolve.
yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to come back to planet Earth. I want to evolve. So
Mm.
therefore, I try to keep my surrounding very small, and I'm always on that optimistic channel, speaking positive, trying to do the right.
Yes.
And I keep myself to myself. Like I said, if I'm not around these type of collective individual that is all about righteousness and progress and love for each other, and I'm a no nonsense type of individual.
Mm.
So, like I said, people would say, "Hey, how the hell you are able to vibes these type of song and do what you do, but you don't go out. I don't see you out there." You know what I mean? I mean, for me to get up and running right now to do this promotion and all of this, I gotta actually pump myself up. Yo, I
Mm.
gotta do this because it's my job.
Yes.
And when it comes to that part of it, it's not an issue. It's not a problem. I'm a deliver. But when it comes to my time, nah, I'm not gonna. So hey, I'm bored. I gotta go to that club. I gotta go. I do
Yes.
whatever I need to do to make this music mission work. But I'm not the average artist that is all about that ego
All
trip.
about that life. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah, I'm
love that.
about
I love
life.
simplicity
I
too.
try to balance it. I try to balance it. Yeah,
Balance.
I'm really about life. I'm really about life. Everything else comes after. So I try to make things work consciously, righteously, make sense. If I'm gonna do music, okay, Tafaya, do sensible music.
Yeah.
And I do dancehall too, but yet still I don't get derogative and all of that. I keep
Yes.
it clean.
Keep it
I keep it clean.
positive. Keep it upful.
Keep
That's
it
why I love your
positive.
vibe. I love your music. I'm excited to play out the
Yes.
full EP for everybody on the radio following this reasoning tonight. Thank you so
Yes.
much, King. I do want to take a couple more
Yes,
questions
indeed.
from the audience. I see one that
Hmm.
came in earlier. One is from King Eye Music. He wants to know what's some strategic ways that you reach out to your supporters, your fans, your audience.
My strategical way.
Mm.
Mm, I guess being a analog on social media.
Do
I
you
try to,
utilize social media? Like, do you go live and show people Wagwan? Do you make videos?
yes, yes. I'm actually an analog with social media.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm more of a reserved person, but I'm actually boosting myself up, you know, to get more familiar, to get
Yes.
proactive
And
on social media
interactive, interactive
and
and
interact,
yeah.
So yes, I'm open to all of that. I'm open. I'm not against it
Yeah.
because whatever it takes for me to reach my people, I'm willing to do so.
I love it.
Not just through the music, but I don't mind people getting to know me. It
Hmm.
would be a joy. So
Yes, I'm
yeah.
a private person too. When I started doing the interviews, I was like, I'm used to being behind the camera, but it's so good to
Uh-huh.
connect with everybody. It's so good to connect with the worldwide reggae family. I love it now,
Yes.
and I got used to being on camera. But I was hesitant. I'm more private. I don't want to have my whole life online. But
Yes. Yes.
it makes sense when
That's
you
how I
have a
see it.
movement.
And that's merely how I saw it. I was like, I'm not into that. I ain't showing up But on a professional level though, I have to do what is required.
Yes.
And it is required for me to interact, and I'm open to do so.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a couple more questions. I see some questions coming in.
Mhm.
I see that there's. Did you collaborate with Akabeka? And she's saying Lady Sharon is saying congratulations on your collab with Akabeka. What other collaborations would you like to do with artists, dead or alive?
Oh yes, there are a few artists out there that I would love to do, you know, collaboration. There are a few of them. It'll be like a long list to mention now. But mm, local and abroad, local and abroad.
Yeah, that'd be
You
good.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm a lover of John, um, James Blunt.
Oh
James Blunt,
yes, yes.
yeah, James Blunt.
I love
There
that.
are a few of them, and here locally, there are a few of them, man. The list is long. The list is long,
Yes.
but I'm picky though. I like me some Iwayne. I like Bojo. I like Capleton. You know,
Yes. Big up
I like Louis
Wayne.
Culture.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a few of them. The females too. I love Queen Ifrica, and I have
Okay.
to
Oh,
say
Steve is
I
saying
am a
Empress Sativa. Yeah, I would love to hear you sing with an
Sativa.
Empress.
Yes, yes, true, true, true.
Yes.
Empress Sativa, fire lady. You see, and yeah, there are a few of them. There are a few of them out there that I would love to do some collab with.
Yes, we're looking forward to
But
more collabs. I'm going to talk to Major too, and you know, I would love to see that happen. Tell me. Oh, here's
yeah.
another Q&A question from Steve Ross. Do you use the Bible as a book of magic with the allegory and metaphorical messages in the Bible?
Uh no, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I've read the Bible. I've read the Bible. However, I've put the Bible on pause for quite some time now because based upon the contradiction and
Hmm.
the mixed stories, and I'm a realist. I'm a realist. I'm not the type of person that takes anything that has been given to me without assessing it for myself. And after reading the Bible and assessing it for myself, in my humble opinion, I've read the Bible for a while. So now I'm not a person that use the Bible to help dictate or try to explain myself or what I'm about or how I see myself or see life in general. Nah,
Nah, you're living it, right? Yeah,
I'm living it,
yeah, you're living
living
it.
it.
Truth and justice and liberty is everything. I love that question because some people use it like the look at it as truth and fact, like historical. It's not to me. It's like fairy tales, but to each his own.
To each his own,
To each his own,
Who
right?
am I to judge? Yeah, to each his
Yes,
own. If one gets comfort in reading the Bible, hey, so be it. If the
yes.
Bible
It
makes
works
you
for some
feel
people. It really
righteous
does.
and do righteous, hey, more power to that. Because that's
Mm,
what Rectify is all about. Righteousness, locally and abroad, globally. You know what I mean? I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced.
mm,
I'm not with that skin color thing.
yes.
Yes, I am a black man, and I love my black self, and I love my black woman, but I love all women, and I love all people.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And
yes.
being a individual of Rastafari, I mean, it's not. Remember, His Majesty is the one that said, "Until the color of a man's skin is of no more significant than the color of his eyes."
Mm,
And yeah, I believe in that. I believe in that. You know what I
yes.
mean?
I love
Because
that.
love comes from diverse places and diverse people. You know what I mean? I've been to places before and I've seen and felt genuine love from individual, and you know what I mean? They ain't never been to Jamaica before. They
Wow.
don't know anything. So I've experienced love out there, man. So I'm a lover of people.
Yes.
I'm a lover of people, righteous people, and I'm easy to sense negativity.
Mm.
So if I see an individual and they're all about negativity, it's easy for me to see.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
pick
even
you
gotta
can
talk.
pick up on that frequency. You can pick
Yeah,
up
I
on
can
the
pick up on that
energy.
vibe, on that vibes.
Mm.
But luckily for me, I'm privileged to have met a lot of nice people so far in my life. You
Yes.
know, yeah,
I feel like
difference.
you attract what you give out as well.
Indeed, indeed. Indeed,
Mm.
it is so. What you give is what you get. What
Yes.
you plant is what you expect to be
To
grown.
grow, yeah.
You can't plant corn and want peas.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no,
Yeah,
that's
so,
right.
yeah, so I know, I don't believe, I know
Mm.
that what I give is what I'm going to receive in return.
Mm.
Good.
Yeah.
So I make sure, say, yo, my thing upright, my thing clean. I'm a loving person. It's not just here on this interview with this beautiful empress.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
it's coming from the whole core, Areta Fire. I love we say
The fire.
globally. The love we
What's
generate.
up? Can you tell the
Yeah.
listeners where they can find you? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Obviously, you're on Instagram. We're live here right now on Instagram.
Yes.
But tell them, where they can find you and spell it out for them. So if they're listening on the radio, they know where to find you.
All right. Yes. All right. You can find me on YouTube. My Vivo channel is there, and it's Redtafya. Again, let me say it again. Redtafya. Red Tafaya.
Red
Hot.
Tafaya.
And I'm available on most of them social media platform, Spotify, you know, Instagram, as you said before,
Perfect.
iTunes, YouTube, TikTok, yeah,
Nice.
you know. And
You guys
we're here
go
to
and
give you
follow the
some,
Ross right now across his social media. Show your support, download
please
and stream
do.
the music on
Show
all
your support,
platforms.
y'all. Show your support. And if you're a lover of good and upful music, clean, righteous music, yeah, man, go show your support and follow Red to Fire. And we got a
Subscribe.
lot more coming at you. We got a lot more coming at you.
Yeah.
Reggae and dancehall and crossover.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love cross genre too. I would love to hear you on like an
Yes,
Afro beat or something like that too, working with,
yes,
some of the
yes,
artists
yes.
over there in
All
Africa
right.
doing big things as well. I can
Mm-hmm,
see that
mm-hmm,
collaboration
mm-hmm,
happening as well for you.
mm-hmm,
That's the
mm-hmm.
vibe. That's the
Yes, I would
vibe.
love to do. Yeah, yeah. I forgot to mention that earlier when you asked me who I would love to do. Yes, I would love to do with one of them African artists out
Yes.
there. I'm loving
Yes.
it. I'm loving what the Africans are doing. I'm
Yes.
loving it. The Afrobeat, I'm loving it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. I'm
Yes.
gonna remember, guys, whoever's tuned in on Instagram, you can go to rootsreggaehub.com right now. Melody Mondays is about to go into the EP Unpredictable, the Unpredictable
Mm-hmm.
EP. I'm gonna play out all the tracks back to back to back in full for you guys to take in the full essence and music and the gift of art that you give the world. Thank you for that gift, Ross. And you know what? Thank you for
Yes,
joining me tonight.
my
Thank you for
pleasure.
taking time out of your busy schedule to, fit me in
It's my pleasure.
and reasoning with me and teaching me a lot of things tonight as well. Thank you.
Indeed, it's my pleasure. Thank you as well.
Bless up, everybody. Keep it locked here. Next week, another Melody Mondays at 8 p.m. Thank you, Ross. Have a great night. Bless up,
Good night,
everybody
darling. Enough love.
tuned in. Thank you so much
Yes.
for joining me each and every week. One
Peace and
love.
love.
Bye.
Peace and love. One love. Right.